microphone way closer here.
Yeah, move your microphone. I guess I need to move my microphone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make sure that you guys can hear us. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate that you did. So, Keith, we got a lot of stuff going on this week, don't we?
A lot of projects.
Yes, we did. We spent more time out of the office than we did inside the office. And we did more physical labor than we ever do, right? Because normally we like sit behind our desk, but this week, not so much.
Nope. Doing
Nope.
a lot of climbing, a lot of,
Yeah,
like I said, a lot of work.
That's right. So, yeah, we don't have any demo this week. Unfortunately, we worked right to the very last minute, didn't we, Keith?
That's true.
Yep. Keith just kind of finished working on something as far as he could go with
As
the.
far as I could go.
Yep, that's right. Without annoying anybody.
Never would think of doing that.
No, you would not. No, we try not to do that.
I'm trying to find where I could share this, but
Yeah. Keith's having his little phone challenges. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And we kind of like did a little bit of minor travel within county. So that was kind of fun. And what a week. Happy week. I enjoyed it. But Keith and I raised our voices to each other this week. That's because we had to yell through the walls.
yeah. Through the floors.
Through the floors. Yeah, exactly. So, that was kind of like the highlight of the week. We have been doing like a recabling job this week. We've been having somewhat fun doing that.
A little bit. It's been a challenge.
Yeah, it's a lot different. Sure. And the trouble, I mean, I think it would be a lot more enjoyable if you wouldn't have like had to deal with insulation dust. I know I coughed a lot through the insulation dust. I need to wear a mask when I go do that. And you kind of dinged your hand up on the roof.
Yeah, one little scratch.
Is it all right? Did it get infected?
Fine. Yeah.
Ptomaine foot poisoning.
I may have to chop it off next week. I don't know.
Next time.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah. So we had a lot of fun cabling this week. It was a job where, we went, and when Keith and I went to go bid the job, it's like we looked at it and we went, we ain't touching that. And you got to be respectful about those types of things.
It's not showing up on Facebook.
Not showing up on Facebook.
If you click live on the Honorbound icon, see it says live.
Mm-hmm.
So click on that, on the Honorbound icon at the top, and we are live. I can hear it.
Yeah.
I just can't find out where to share it.
Sorry, we can share it after the show.
I can see it on your profile.
You can? Well, smart me. Okay, so we're live at least.
We're live.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome.
Yeah. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. We went. We're not going to touch this thing, because what ends up happening sometimes, and this happens in like we used to do a lot of work for a convenience store, and they would have like vendors that came in and they would replace equipment for a previous vendor that taking over a specific service. It might have been like handling credit card transactions and changing like the reader and all that stuff. Well, they wouldn't take out the stuff of the previous person. So, maybe they've changed that like 3-4 times, and you have all this ball of stuff, that is all tangled up and you don't know what's what. And in this case, it was a restaurant company. And they had did they say 3 vendors?
3 different, for the point of sale service.
Yep. And, so 2 of them had been removed, but they never like removed the old stuff when they went in. So what did it look like, Keith?
Well, there's a piece of equipment here that wasn't used, and then another piece of equipment there that wasn't used, and then 3 pieces of equipment here that are all, just
all balled up together.
working as a team to make things function.
Not so much. So how happy was yours truly? Was that a little cranky a couple days?
Well, it's just you use your brain a little bit more trying to figure out the puzzle.
Yeah, it was. And then finally I sat down like in front of him. I traced every flipping cable through it. I mean, it was like it was a ball of twisted cable. But you get two cables, right? What happens? They all marry each other. And I did find probably the one that was causing them problems. But anyways, when we went to bid it, we went, nah, we're not going to deal with that. And so we have we're going to be doing the replace, and then we're going to rip the old stuff out completely. So, and then everything that we do, like we've been documenting this stuff all the way. So you'll know like whether cable one on port one so that the guy that comes behind us, maybe something happens to you and me or whatever, God forbid, but somebody's going to have to come in behind us. And maybe it might be us like 2 years down the road, like having to figure out how stuff went together. But we've documented everything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 through 24 in this case. What is going to be connected to what? It just makes it a whole lot easier when you follow a standard, And the rules are going to change.
Exactly.
We just talked about that, didn't we, Keith? Electrical rules.
Yeah, you were telling me about some of those things that you said. One of your good buddies was a former electrician, and he had some insight on some of the changes coming up. So,
yeah, changes being that you put something in new, you got to remove the old. Anything that's abandoned needs to be removed. And it's a health and safety thing too for some places. I mean, in this case, it was just a real mess and it was hard to deal with. But for a lot of places, they run the cables up through like that suspended ceiling, and you wouldn't think that one wire like takes up a whole lot of weight, but you have dozens and dozens because people have left stuff up there. Look at how much fun we had with the ceiling tiles. What happens when there gets enough weight up there and the ceiling tiles break and falls on somebody's head? So in Nebraska, they haven't like really gotten with the electrical code for 2022, I think is what Steve said. But it's coming. Where they're going to adopt. You put in new, you remove the old. But we've done that forever. I mean, I've done that before the code. It's got to go. How am I supposed to find my stuff with all your other old crap there?
yeah, exactly.
For lack of a better technical term. So yeah, Keith, you did a little bit of climbing in our job out west.
Well, everywhere I've been climbing.
Yeah,
up and down ladders and in ceilings and on roofs.
But that was the good one was the outside job.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that climbing
was that the one that we can be the most proud of this week?
I wasn't stuck inside of a roof and bending and crawling and stepping over beams and avoiding insulation and leftover insulation
and we're not complaining about having to work to be fair.
No.
But this was a nicer job, right?
Yeah, outside working in the elements, the nice weather. Thank goodness,
it's pretty good.
Wasn't too cold, but yeah, climbing up on a roof and
cat chasing you all over the place.
Yeah. And then we did another one of those. We did one a couple months ago with a building-to-building bridge where in your house you get pretty good internet, but a lot of these people in these rural areas have like a buildings, whether it's a shop or whether it's an office that's outside of their home, and because that's where they want to work out of. They don't want to bring work into the home. And they separate things, and so the first one we hooked up the office with the building-to-building bridge, and you're able to get internet, the same quality of internet that you can get inside the house, inside your office, it's a metal building even. And so we had another one of those where we hooked up the building-to-building bridge, and it worked. I think you said their internet speeds were just as good inside as they were outside.
Yeah, they were. And it just thrilled me to pieces. I just really enjoy when a plan works out. It was that made me feel really good about what we did. because we really do enjoy doing a good job and leaving somebody in a better position. I mean, in that particular state, the client was, how long did he say that it took to run an invoice? So is it like,
Oh, he said he tried for about 4 hours working in the office to just do a simple thing like run an invoice on his computer, and just internet connection wasn't very reliable. It was spotty. Mm-hmm. He was using a little extender thing that was plugged into the wall. We definitely replaced that with a proper access point, set up proper Wi-Fi connections, one a private, one a public. So when he has guests come in or people that he's working with, they can use the public Wi-Fi so it doesn't cross over to the private company network. And we say company loosely. These guys work out of their homes. They're off their land. They are micro entrepreneurs. They are, they're do-it-yourselfers. And when he tried to do all this internet stuff himself, that's taken away from what he's truly supposed to be doing, making money, doing the work on the business. And the technology was just interrupting. Like running an invoice took 4 hours, just getting the internet. And he tried the Starlink, didn't have any luck with that. So he went with another provider, got good internet, but just in the office just wasn't working out. And so they finally decided, hey, let's just call somebody that does this, somebody that knows exactly what to do, exactly how to get this fixed. And, that time that he spent, working on that, 4 hours on that invoice, probably many more hours just on the internet connection stuff. We solved this problem in a day and a half. And, he was happy that he was able to get, internet. We hooked his TV up to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's how we kind of presented it to him. You were starting to rock the Rolling Stones on the TV. We opened the door up and he's walking by and it's like, oh yeah. I think that was really the best part of that whole job for me. I mean, I love my technology, but honestly, the thing that thrilled me the most was the smile on his face and that he was so happy that something that he'd been struggling with for quite some time, that he tried to do on his own. And, I got to hand it to people around here, they're do-it-yourselfers. It's a cultural thing, hey, you got to try to fix it yourself before you can call somebody else. Some people bang their heads on things longer than others. But the thrill that was on his face that the problem is solved and finally I can just go back to my job and do what I do best, made my heart swell, because we don't always get a good pat in the back. We do a lot of things that are in the background and to be told that we did a good job and they really appreciated what we did meant the world to me. So you know who you are if you're watching. Thank you so very much. We really do appreciate you. And so Keith, you broke your phone this week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I dropped my phone and
happy days. Not so much.
Yeah, it happens. And now the touchscreen doesn't work so well. So sometimes I'm not even touching the phone and it's switching through things and liking posts on social media that I probably didn't intend to like, and side effects of a damaged screen. So
yeah, it's terrible. It's just like one little corner that's over on the left-hand side, but it's amazing what happens in that little area of blackness, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I guess I learned that, one of the things about getting a phone that's, getting the Ultra, which is what I got, the screen to replace an Ultra is probably 2 to 3 times more than what the normal screen was. You pay more for the bigger phone, and if you have to get a repair, it costs more to repair the phone than it does to replace the phone. And so, obviously, I went just new phone. Let's do it. And so once I get that, I'll have to migrate all my data over, sign in.
The worst is the multi-factor authentication, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll have to go through and set up a few of those again.
So explain multi-factor authentication for our viewers, if you would.
So multi-factor authentication, it's a great tool where you got an app or an account, whatever, and you got your username and your password. Let's just use your email, for example. That's the one that everybody has. You got your email name and you got your password. So you log in, and then you get another thing to prove who you are, who you say you are, which is either a text to your phone number that you have, or maybe you have an app that you downloaded that's a multi-factor authentication app, and you'll get a code sent to it, and you'll have to type the code in on the screen. And it's just a second layer of protecting your accounts, protecting your identity, so your accounts don't get compromised or stolen. There's one thing that could happen. Maybe there's a breach out there somewhere, a cyber attack happened, and your accounts are floating on the dark web, and somebody's found your username and password, and they try to log into your account from 10,000 miles away. And then the next thing you know, you're getting a notification on your phone or your app or whatever asking you to approve or enter a code. And you're like, well, I didn't sign into anything. What's going on? Well, your account has been compromised. Somebody knows your username and password, but because you have that multi-factor authentication set up, they can't access your account. So that's just one of those ways to protect your identity so you don't become a victim of identity theft. And then if you do see something like that, I better go and change my password. And, every day cyber attacks happen to companies, big and small. So, the credit bureaus get hit even, and, they'll send out notifications, hey, we were compromised, better go in, update your security information so you don't get compromised. So just another thing to have.
Yeah, and like it is an extra level of security. However, you have to also understand that not every method is 100% foolproof, because there is the MFA, their multi-factor authentication fatigue thing, where somebody gets a hold of your password, the bad guys, and then they just continuously try it and hoping that you will finally accept the password. If that ever happens to you, then you just need to change your password, and then it fixes the problem. But that is another kind of a vulnerability that's there. It's called the multi-factor authentication fatigue attack. So they get a hold of your password, and then they just keep trying, hoping that, they're going to get you at 3:00 in the middle of the night, to go, I'm just too tired, click allow, and then they're in. So be aware of that if you're getting multiple MFAs, to stop and say, wait a minute here, I need to go and change the password on that. And that eliminates the problem.
Yep.
Yeah. And happy days again. So yeah, we talked about working right up until the last minute, didn't we? Yeah.
Always do.
So sold the biggest old monitor that I've ever sold in my life today.
Biggest old monitor, huh?
Bam.
BAM.
BAM. You can figure out what the A stands for. 49-incher.
Wow.
So we're really looking forward to seeing that puppy. We'll pull it out. Gentleman bought 2 to go along with a really powerful computer, and is likely to buy 2 more because he wants a 4-monitor system for what he does is going to require it. So down the road, but yeah, lots of fun. Happy days. So yeah, my watch is kind of like the battery's gone on it.
Oh man, better check the time.
No idea what time it is.
4:18.
4:18. Wow, we got a little bit of time left. We're gonna have a demo today. Did we get any chat messages in there?
No.
Send us a chat message if you guys don't have any tech questions answered.
Yeah, give us a tech question. We got time today. We don't have a live demo because typically we do these when we were working today. We got requests and they come first, always. Customer requests come first before any of this live stuff that we do. Yeah. Give us your questions. You can even heckle us. We'll take heckling. We may even heckle you back.
Maybe.
But what else have we got?
We have our Black Friday special coming up here at Underbound IT.
Oh, yeah. Keith, tell us about that Black Friday special.
Yeah. Our Black Friday special is going on from Monday, November 20th, all the way to December 21st. So great Black Friday special. It's going to last a month long.
Yep.
But what it is when
it's extended.
It's extended. So we're doing discounts on monitors.
Yep, $25 any LCD.
Are we doing anything on computers?
I didn't have anything on there.
I didn't see anything on computers. Well, that's
That
okay.
would be an in-store thing.
In-store special.
In-store surprise.
If you saw this on the live stream,
Yep.
let us know.
Yep. Let us know if you see it. But you have to tell us it's on the live stream, and I will give you a discount. But you have to tell one of us that you saw the discount on the live stream.
Yep. So good deal on monitors, save $25. And then we're also doing specials on our protection plan and our security under shoestring, two services that we offer for remote support, antivirus, and backup, daily backup, actually. So if something happens to your computer, we can actually go back to the day before it died or something happened and, get that data back for you. But yeah, those are...
And on the business side, you're going to need a firewall added to that. So,
software-based firewall.
And it's like
which is what we do.
$50.
Save $50 on the security on a shoestring.
Security on a shoestring, and the residential one is $25.
Yeah. So each one, it's about a month of service, sadly, for each one,
Yeah,
because
it
that's
is.
the difference in the cost. So if you're interested in, the residential protection plans helped a lot of people out when, home users just, technology is just not the thing that they're used to. We do this every day. This is our job. And when you see something that you're not sure about, instead of, clicking, you can actually pick up the phone and call. You
Yep.
can do remote support. So if you're, 25, 50, 150, 250, 700,000 miles away and have an internet connection,
If you're on
we
the
can
moon.
we can help you. We can help you. If you have,
And you can get on the internet.
if you have Starlink on the moon, you can get an internet
funny.
connection, and we can do remote support for you
Oh, good Lord.
as long as you're on the
Hey,
plan.
don't discount it. Someday that might be the case. Who knows?
Well, I'm sure you can
Yeah.
get Starlink on the moon.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
It's only the moon's only 250,000 miles away. So,
Yeah. So how far would?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You had to you'd have to put a satellite to satellite bridge in space to connect these two to get an internet connection.
All right, we're getting a little.
anyways.
We're getting off the rails here.
But wherever you can get an internet connection, and we can get online to support you, whether it's an email that just looks suspicious, or you see something on your screen you're not sure about.
Computer starts yelling at you obscenities, or like that they're going to call the FBI on you or something.
Yep. And a nice thing we do, the remote cleanup as well. So, once you come in and we get you all set up, and you get home and that year comes up, we do offer that. If you need that remote cleanup anytime, we can get in, do some scans, do some diagnostics checks. Our software will alert us to a lot of things, but just for that extra level of that peace of mind that you're looking for, we can do that as well. And then the same thing with the security on a shoestring, which is for those small businesses that don't have the budget that the large businesses do to pay for a dedicated IT team, or one of those high dollar IT support things that we do offer that for larger companies, but for the smaller companies, the guys that are just
even
getting
if you're
started.
just like one person, we're going to help you out. And we help people like all over the flipping place. We've got people from Colorado, Kansas, northeast Nebraska, the far northeast of Nebraska. So like distance really isn't a big deal, and we can set you up remotely too. So if you got Windows 10 or higher and you can get on the internet, we can help you out. It's not a problem. We've done it several times, several dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times, maybe 100. And we can help you out, whatever, and we'll do whatever we can to make your life a little easier. You're the most patient person on the planet as far as like helping people through problems. I think one of the things that we try to keep in mind is, for us, we see some of this stuff every day. But for you, you may be only seen it one time, or it might be the only time in your entire life that you'll ever see whatever problem that might arise. And we just have to like take deep breaths once in a while and help you out whatever way we can with patience and with plain English. I think that's the other thing that I really admire about Keith here, is that he's extremely patient with people, understands that, technology is not the core of what most human beings revolve their life around, but they just want it to work. And I think that's probably the operative thing that Keith has always said to me is people just want to work. People just want their stuff to work. They just want to be able to do what they do without any friction or inhibition. So if that's you, give us a call. We'd love to help you. We've got a couple great discounts. And, like if you're a larger company that's looking for help, we typically don't take clients that have more than 25 users on. It's not where we shine. But if you have like 25 or less users and you need something a little bit more, with a little bit more support and something a little bit more consistent, day to day, as our eyes on your network kind of deal. But you can't afford to spend the money to hire an IT guy for full time. We do have that fractional IT service that we do. Give us a call. We'd love to have you. So we come to that point in our show, which we do every week. We have a brief little ad, and then we're going to have a little meme or a cat picture, one of the two, probably cat picture this week. And then we're going to celebrate our way out of here for the weekend.
The Residential Protection Plan by HonorBound IT is the best support and service for home computer users. You get top-notch antivirus, backup, and remote support. Plus, if you need in-store service, it's free. Visit us at 109 Norris Avenue, McCook, or call 877-686-6642. Your digital peace of mind starts here.
Well, when we were on a job, this kitty cat was the most lovey kitty cat that you'd ever want to know. Right, Keith?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He kind of joined you on the roof one time.
Yeah, he did.
He followed you up the ladder even. So were you like the rescuer?
Well, not really.
No.
According to the people there, that cat's always on the roof. I thought it followed me up the ladder, and that was the only way it could
No,
get
it did go up the ladder.
Well, it did go up the ladder, but I thought that was the only way it could get on the roof. And then we find out, no, that cat's always on the roof. And I was like, oh, well, I felt like a fireman trying to carry a cat down a ladder.
And then it was all dashed,
Yeah.
when you found the truth. And I, for a couple days, had called the cat Stumpy because it's missing part of its tail due to a childhood accident. And but its real name is Sweet Pea. Beautiful cat. Real pain in the butt though when you're trying to get some work done. Just kind of kept having to pick it up and move it over and go, really, I need to put my hands over here. And that cat, it just wanted pet. And the owner was saying it really liked to be pet hard. It didn't really like to be pet soft, did it?
It was a tough cat.
It was kind of a tough cat. But if you didn't pet it, it would give you love bites.
Yeah.
But that's our kitty for the week. Name is Sweet Pea, and that was kind of like one of those little special joys that you get during the week you don't expect, and made me happy. Other than the one that's having to go like this, can you please move while I move these wires? Because of course everything that I touched was a play toy, right?
Yep.
That's right. All right. It's time to celebrate our way out of here. Happy days.
We got the button here.
Got
Let's
the
hit
button
it.
for the disco ball.
Let's click
Woo-hoo.
it. Boom.
Click it and quit it. So, Jennifer, what do you got going on, girl?
Well, I don't really have much going on this weekend.
No, you had company last weekend.
They're still there.
Oh, did they catch anything?
My husband has one, and my
One what?
A deer.
Okay. I'm not a hunter, so I don't know who's doing what.
And then one of my cousins got a deer.
Oh, good. So you got a little bit of stuff to go in the freezer then, huh?
Yep.
All righty. Where do you guys take that to go to, what do you call it? Process it?
We do it ourselves.
Do it yourself.
Nice.
There you go. It's marvelous. Do you make jerky or what kind of stuff do you make out of it?
We do the steaks, and then we do jerky and salami.
Sounds like way too much fun. What do you got going on, dude?
Well, weekend. It's do nothing.
Do nothing weekend. Just hang with the kids and
Just whatever goes on around the
play and
house.
all that stuff. Yeah, I don't have too much in the way of plans either this weekend. None that I know of. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're looking forward to Thanksgiving. I don't know that we're gonna have a show next week. I'm not gonna be here.
No?
I'm gonna be in the mountains.
Oh man, to
Unless
be
you want to
continued.
do a show all by your lonesome.
Oh man, I don't know.
Can you do a show by
one man
yourself?
wrecking crew?
You've done that before. You can do it. Feel like doing the show?
Maybe we'll see.
Okay.
We'll leave it up to fate to decide for
To
me.
fate to decide. Or to be voluntold.
There you go.
We'll see. We'll see. We haven't even decided whether we're going to be open like on Friday. Or whether we need to have like an extra long weekend.
Well, I'll be out of town. You'll be out of town.
Yeah. On Friday?
Aren't you going to be out of town on Friday?
I'm out of town, but you're out of town on Friday?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of answers the story then.
It's my rotating holiday season where my family's from Kansas, so every year we alternate holidays. So last year was
Oh, yeah.
last even years
you
are
did
Christmas.
last year, and this year,
and
yeah.
odd years are Thanksgiving. So
So-
it's one of those Thanksgiving years.
So we will be closed on Friday.
That's why we did our Black Friday special for a month.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you so very much for joining us. We really appreciate that you joined us. Again, if you have questions, don't be afraid to direct message us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/honorboundit, or, save up your questions, give them to us in the chat when we have a live. We're happy to help you, and we will see you